tight. Hold my baby squid, keep them out of sight. Talking about my life, government, stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey everyone, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing on this Monday afternoon? I still sound like a Muppet. I don't know why. I can't get over this. Still coughing occasionally, but overall I feel fine. Just sound like a Muppet. Chain-smoking Muppet is what I've been calling it, because, you know, it is what it is. Gotta plug in my phone. We are going to read documents from the Jeremy Hales, I call it Ottergate because this is just fucking ridiculous. 40 days on a stay, roughly. I'm not looking at a calendar because ask me if I fucking care at this point. And I'm sorry, you're going to hear a lot of F-bombs today because that is how I feel about this case. Because we had over 40 days on a stay and I realized that this is all people could fucking talk about. There are people that still could not talk about anything else besides Ottergate in 40 days. I'm like, dude, we have plane crashes to cover. If you don't watch my other stuff, Spawn and I every Wednesday at 3 p.m. It's Wednesdays with Spawn. We have been covering NTSB reports, ATC, all this stuff. We are going to be looking into where is the money gone, because our government is just our government, and y'all, if you don't want to watch me go down rabbit holes, that's the place. However, there was an incident in India 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I have a few theories on that, and because I don't work on 787s or never worked on 787s, I know somebody who works for Boeing. He doesn't work in a place to give an opinion on that. However, he did lead me to where there's investigations. And I've been reaching out to Captain Steve and his channel with all 400-something thousand of his subscribers. He was a P3 pilot who has a YouTube channel. He's a commercial pilot. And he brought up a really good point in his video today, or yesterday, that I never thought of. So Spawn and I are going to get into that. There was also an incident with a Cessna, which is more I know people who used to work for Cessna Citation. I don't currently speak to any of them because they were my drinking buddies. And since I quit drinking, you know, when you move past that drinking life, you stop talking to people. But I'm going to attempt to reach back out to my old drinking buddies at Cessna, see if I still have the same numbers for them, and see if they're willing to comment on the San Diego incident. We have just a whole bunch of stuff because I love aviation. I have a history of aviation. I am Mr. Squid. The love of my life is has a degree in aeronautical engineering, and aviation is my past life. And that's kind of my alternate universe on this channel. Also, we have some Hannah Dugan case updates. Currently, it is verdict watch for the Karen Reed trial, and I heard that the jury has a possible verdict, but they're eating lunch. So I do have a window pulled up, and if Karen Reed's jury comes back, we will be cutting in on that. So sorry if y'all aren't interested in that. I am, because I hate the government, and, you know. But I do have to do a Karen Reed update in the sense of I heard a Massachusetts lawyer say that the special prosecutor in the Karen Reed case was the best job he's seen from a lawyer in 40 years. If that mofo was the best job that you've seen in 40 years, Massachusetts, if that and bubbles is the best y'all fucking got, you really got problems. Massachusetts, you need to fix yourself. Harvard is up there. Like, y'all can't do any better than Bubbles and Brennan. Boston, fix yourself. Just saying. All right, now that I've completely gone off the rails and got my little vent out of the way. Hey, Miss PJ, Diane, Tammy, both my Tammys. Ninja Puppy and Ninja Puppy, thanks for getting the day started with a $4.99 super chat. How is everybody in the Squidverse doing? It was a glorious weekend. It was Father's Day, and all Mr. Squid wanted to do is a whole lot of nothing, because it has been raining every day here. It has been hot, humid, and we're talking like 90s with like 90% humidity, kind of hot. He wanted to sit and do nothing, and I'm all about that. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today. You were tired. I left Friday to go to Ohio for a family thing, got back last night. I need to go to Ohio. My stepsister is in Ohio, and I need to head up there. But, you know. And Roy, good to see you. Please, if you are the praying type, throw out a couple prayers for Roy and his wife. His wife could really, really use them. Give her a hug for me, as always. You know I love you guys. Janet, Tracy, Gail, you actually got notified. It's a, Lady T, She Nemesis, Ottergate. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it, because it reminds me of Watergate with just them on a bullcrap. Karen's Books, hey, good to see you. I have no idea if somebody else is calling it Ottergate. I don't know if I heard it somewhere else or I just started to, in the air, the one where the rat was deployed. Yes, Air India, the one, yes, the rat. The rat was what we couldn't see on the video. That was the video of a video. But Captain Steve on his last video, I will put it in the, when I do my next aviation video, I will link his video. You could actually see the rat. And the rat is, I don't exactly know what it's called. It's on 777s, 787s, bigger jets than I'm used to. But it pops down automatically and provides electrical power when you basically lose it. And one guy survived, so, So, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, India plane crash has one sole survivor. So he was sitting in seat 11A. And if you know anything about the seating capacity of a 787, 11A is right in front of the horizontal, or right in front of the stabilizer where the wing is. So basically when it hit the ground, he was in, like, here's his seat, here's the emergency exit. Literally, he was there. Like, it's hard to explain without showing you the actual seating chart, but like 11A is like, his seat is right here. So literally all he had to do, and he described a power surge, or like a loss of power, which is what happens when that rat pops down. I am not an expert in that, so don't quote me on everything about the rat. I'm repeating what I heard from somebody who knows what they're talking about. I have never worked for Boeing. Mr. Squid did work for Boeing, but it was a very short time just to be able to add it to his resume. He currently works in aviation, but not for a company that works on anything like that. But in fact, Boeing technically screwed them over last year as far as contracts for parts. So they aren't really, his company is not really happy with Boeing at this current point in time, but that's beside the point. Hey, Dad, good afternoon in the chat. Your voice sounds better. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It kind of does this. The dude who said that is high AF. Like, don't look at an outside feed if you don't want to see my feed. It's kind of one of those, like, we're just having a day. And I'm in a very I'm in a very, like, tell it like it is kind of mood. So we are going to try to get through as many of these documents as possible, because just we just going to we're just gonna because there's a lot of them, and I know that a lot of you have probably heard them on a lot of other things, and I'm gonna try not to give my opinion on them. BBB is interviewing people outside the courthouse about the Karen Reed case. Ugh, he probably thinks that freaking Hanky Brennan is like the end all be all of great lawyers. Oy. Yesterday, a private plane threw in a restricted airspace in Alberta due to the G7. It was interception for still. I am going to screenshot that, because right now my paper that I normally write notes on is completely packed. So we're going to just take a nice little screenshot. So there we go. Yeah, I think Karen Reed is railroaded, but that's just me. Y'all may or may not agree with me, and that's okay, because it's all fine if we disagree on things, as long as we can verbalize why we disagree and respect that everybody has no head slaps today. You tend to give your opinion without saying anything. BBB, is he like live on his YouTube channel, or is he? Oh, he's doing it for the Toolies. Okay. To be fair and play devil's advocate, and y'all might not agree with me on this, as much as I hate BBB because he talked about my daughter choking, and I will never ever forgive him for that or think that it is a joke like he claimed it to be. Whatever. At least these three people that are mentioned in this comment are talking about something else besides how much they hate one person. So, like, devil's advocate, at least they're talking about something else besides, just saying. All right. So we're going to get started with document 63 from the What the Hales 2 case. And this was filed on 6/11, and this is the amended complaint, and we're not going to read the complete amended complaint because we all know what this case entails. We don't. You guys know what I mean by that, right? Like, we don't need to completely rehash crap that we've literally read the same crap over and over again. However, they only did it because they were called out. Okay. Yeah. And hey, Josie, you're sounding better. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I am feeling better-ish. I'm overall feeling a lot better. I'm just having I haven't streamed in 4 days. I haven't streamed in 4 days. Wanted to give my voice a rest. Plus, I went and walked 4 miles this morning with a friend of mine. Because something happens around here about 10 a.m. It goes from being like hot, but like tolerable hot, and about 9:30, 10 o'clock, it goes. So I got to get my walks in early. So I'm a little tired, but we are going to get into this first part. And I shared my window and not my screen. My tab. There we go. Because y'all can see my my other stuff, which I got nothing to hide, but I don't want to show. There we go. I want to be able to zoom in a little bit for you guys. All right, we're just going to read this first part because this is a motion for leave to amend complaint to substitute party. Plaintiff Elephant Shoe LLC and Ohio LLC doing business as What the Hales, and Plaintiff Jeremy B. Hales by and through undersigned counsel and pursuant to Rule 15 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure and Local Rule 15.1 respectfully requests that the court grant leave to file second amended complaint to substitute Raymond G. Bonebreak as a party defendant in place of John Doe, aka Ray Bone Crusher, and states, at the time this action was originally filed, plaintiff's name as a party, defendant John Doe, aka Bone Crusher. Defendant John Doe, aka Bone Crusher, is an individual whose identity was unknown to plaintiffs at the time of amended complaint through no fault of their own. And that's the thing. Just because you hide behind a YouTube name or a screen name does not mean that you can keep talking shit. Like, that's the funny thing that I can't quite get over on that is, like, just because you hide behind a screen name on YouTube and people don't know your real name does not mean that you get to talk whatever shit you want. Just because you hide behind, and no offense, I'm just gonna put, Gail, you know I love you, so this is not just your first comment I saw. Yes, everyone please hit that stream, hit that thumbs down. You think the haters do it to get mad at me, but they still help me with the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate y'all. Gail, even if that wasn't your real, and you were talking a whole bunch of shit about me, which I know you're not because I love you, but say I wanted to sue you for something, just because you hide behind a fake name doesn't mean that that abstains you from liability for what you say. You know. And Tracy, I might be the little is in here with her thing, and I do have a stream playing, so it could be me. They said they were going to try to fix what was wrong with our internet because it is not my house. It is something in this neighborhood was interfering. They said they were going to fix it, and apparently they didn't. So, Angel, what's up? You want toast? I will leave. I need to turn off the TV in there to try to eliminate any interference. That's a neighborhood thing. But I need to get Baby Squid something to eat because she is screaming that she wants toast, which is her way to, you know. And kind of surprised you're covering these right now, considering a ton of documents are coming in the next few days by court order. Yeah, I'm covering these right now to get these out of the way because some of these are so ridiculous that I just have to, like, cover them to get them out of the way. I just have to laugh. Plus, it's a Monday, and Mondays are when I'm the snarkiest, technically. Yeah, you know. I will be right back, though. I'm going to get Baby Squid her snack because Baby Squid wants a snack and Baby Squid gets a snack. So I will play you my short little video, too.
The creator does not give medical, legal, or financial advice. You may hear opinions on this channel from the creator and guests that you may not agree with, and that is okay. Everyone is welcome to their own thoughts, views, and opinions, and this is a place for open debate and agreeing to disagree. Thank you. Do not contact anyone discussed in this stream. If you do, you will be blocked from this channel, and then continuously shamed by the creator and the chat for being stupid.
There we go. Y'all like my disclaimer? Some of y'all haven't seen it since I made it. And I know stuff is going to, I've had all weekend. Yeah, had all weekend to build up some snark. Yeah, that's what I'm going to get to, because I just have to laugh. And that is what I will be, I will laugh at. Because it's an interference with my my internet provider, they were in the neighborhood the other day working on it, and they said they were going to fix it. I guess they didn't. It's something, it's not with my house. It's something in this part of my neighborhood. Something is interfering with the lines running into my neighborhood. And we don't know if it's another internet provider or what. Mr. Squid went out and talked to the guy because we were wondering why they were running all over our neighborhood. So he just went out and asked. But they said they were going to work on it, but I guess they didn't fix it. Yeah, Roy, this is the first part of the document that I was going to read, and then I was going to bring up their responses. As plaintiff stated in the amended complaint, John Doe, aka Bone Crusher, is a United States citizen, not a resident of Ohio, upon information and belief, and is a host and or operator of a YouTube channel called Ray Bone Crusher with a current YouTube subscription and fan base of over 8,500 people, and conceals his location at all times when operating his YouTube channel. Through plaintiff's ongoing investigation, it has been determined that defendant John Doe, aka Bone Crusher, is Raymond G. Bonebreak Jr. Plaintiffs request an order of this court granting leave to amend the complaint to substitute Raymond G. Bonebreak as a party defendant in a federal in place of John Doe, aka Ray Bone Crusher. A copy of the proposed second amended complaint substituting Raymond Bonebreak Jr. as a party defendant in place of John Doe is attached here too as required by Local Rule 15.1. Memorandum in support. Under Rule 15A2, leave to amend should be freely given when justice so requires. Federal Rules Civil Procedure 15A2, see Halliburton and Associates v. Henderson, Few and Co., 11th Circuit, 1985. I feel like I've seen that case cited a ton of times in various cases that I've covered. Contemplates that leave shall be granted unless there is a substantial reason to deny it. And for some reason, my personal opinion is replacing John Doe with an actual person doesn't seem like a reason to refuse a motion. And thank you for sending me the NORAD jets intercept unauthorized aircraft near G7 Summit Airspace. I appreciate that. You know who you are. Oh. Oh. Oh, hey Palmers, how are you? Unless the opposing party can show prejudice, bad faith, or undue delay, a court should grant leave to file an amended pleading. Foreman v. Davis, 1962. Here, the defendants cannot show prejudice, bad faith, or undue delay. This is because a scheduling order has not been entered, meaning this motion is not untimely. And 3 defendants have sought extensions of time to respond to the operative complaint. Therefore, plaintiffs respectfully request that the court grant plaintiffs leave to file the second amendment complaint. And then certificate of good faith conference, but unable to complete the resolve issues presented in the motion. Pursuant to Local Rule 7.1, I hereby certify that counsel for the movement has been conferred with, and all parties or non-parties who may be affected by the relief sought in this motion a good faith effort to resolve the issues. The defendants Matskin and Helm have no objection to the motion, but as to defendants Lee, Preston, Cook, and Hughes, the undersigned has been unable to resolve the issues. And that's what I wanted to get to. Okay, people, 68 likes with 146 watching. Smash that like button. I'm in Florida thinking about taking a drive Wednesday. I might. Oh, wait. Oh. Good luck with that. I know somebody that's heading to Florida on Thursday. And then the certificate of service. And then the amended complaint, which we all know. We read the complaint. We're not going to read it again because it is 74 pages. And bless our hearts, I don't want to read 74 pages because we have better things to laugh at. Just a fun. Let's screen window Marla's response. So this is Marla's response. Okay, and I could be wrong. But I just have to take a moment to, like, you couldn't have thought of any other way to do this. I'm not trying to be picky. However, and I definitely don't want to be nice to this person, but if you're going to talk to this person and you want this person on your side, wouldn't it be nice to spell his name right? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell Luthman. She can't even spell her fellow defendant's name right. But putting that aside, after reflecting, well, I need to grasp my proverbial pearls. After reflecting on Mr. Shockett's request to add a gentleman I have only known by Ray Bonecrusher to what is in my mind a frivolous lawsuit. Ugh. And I object to anyone being harassed and bullied through lawfare, especially an elderly man who served his nation. Sorry, hiding behind the vet status as an excuse of why you shouldn't be sued for harassing people, or why you shouldn't be publicly ridiculed for harassing people, just because you are a vet doesn't mean fucking shit. I know plenty of vets who are shitty people who cyberbully all the time. And I will be doing a, just like Dose Reality and I last Wednesday did a deep dive into the What the Hales Saga and the parasocial relationship. I am going to be doing a deeper dive into parasocial relationships and how that affects cyberbullying, and then how cyberbullying is not taken seriously by the judiciary. The reason this case is so interesting to me is not all the drama, because the drama really annoys me, as you can blatantly tell, because, you know, I wear my emotions here. Yes. So his being a vet doesn't give him the right to defame people. Yeah, people hiding behind this vet status or using this I'm a vet, like me, or I'm a vet, you have to respect me, or I'm a vet, you have to do this. Just because you're a vet doesn't mean motherfucking shit. Sorry, it doesn't. Like, I'm a vet. That doesn't mean people have to like me. There's plenty of people who don't like me. And that's okay, because not everybody in this world is meant to be friends. Not everybody in this world is going to get along. And that is okay. It's just how you handle people you don't get along with. It's okay to disagree, and it's okay to voice your opinion about how you disagree. However, just because you are a vet doesn't mean I have to respect you. Doesn't mean that you are not liable for any bullshittery that you decide to put in Like, like you cannot hide behind that vet status as a reason to treat other people like shit. Because there's plenty of people who do it. I can name probably 50 people that I know of or that I've met in my life, but I can name plenty of people who are amazing. Oh yes, yes, I'm a vet. My opinion matters. Hey, Devil's Old Cody. Yes, there was poo around. Oh yes. And Yamaha, I've dealt with many vets as suspects sitting in jail or on their way to prison. It doesn't give you a blanket to be a POS. Also, there is, and it happened a lot back in the, then Diana, you bring up a really good point. He's already in the case, not being added to it. Yeah, that's the other, like, there's the lights are on, but nobody's home. You can be a vet and be a convict, because there are plenty of people who back in the day, and even when I served, who were given choices by judges to either join the military or go to jail. Join the military or go to jail. Like, think about that. That means that not all people who served in the military are good people. Just saying. That personally was not my thing, because I joined the military, and trust me, my dad can tell you he was not all too happy with me when I joined the military. Squid, thanks for saying that about hiding behind vet status. Working at Northrop Grumman, I dealt with a lot of military folks in all branches. Ultimately, they are people, some good, some just suck. And I almost worked for Northrop Grumman. We had tech reps. I worked on E2C Hawkeyes, and our tech reps were from Northrop Grumman, and they were good guys. But like, and most of them were vets. But like, it did not. It's like politicians. Some good people, a lot not. Teachers, some great at their job, some not. I think I was debating somebody on YouTube the other day, and you know who you are. I'm not gonna get into it, but we were talking about the Maya case and social workers and access to certain records and stuff. And in my opinion, they need access to records just because they are the people who do the most on a floor. They do more than doctors, they do more than nurses, they do more than therapists. They kind of do everything. However, just like there are people who are very good at their job, there are people who are very shitty at their jobs. So think about it. It's like there are people who are great at their job. The problem with the military is you can be shitty at your job and you can be good at your job and you get paid the same because you're the same rank. There's no distinction really between good and yeah. Yeah, we had one in my platoon, drug charges to just service over sentence as a chaser, had to escort him to the brig for drug charges. We had a guy that didn't want to deploy, so he went and did drugs, literally went to our CO, dropped the drugs on his desk and said, I smoked, send me somewhere, or discharge me or something. I'm not exactly sure what was said because I wasn't there. I just heard it after the fact, but I do know for a fact that he dropped the drugs. I think it was only weed at the time. Drug is a drug is a drug. The CO's desk and said, kick me out, basically. So you don't have to be a good person. So the fact that she says, served his nation, that doesn't make you, sorry, like, being old ornery and a shit talker does not make you immune to a lawsuit. Like, Pantha, hey, how are you? He was all for JH to start with once he got the numbers through his channel, jump ship. Yeah, I heard that. I was not, I've never followed it like too closely because just like the Laura Owens thing, there was just too much for my brain to absorb and just too much. So I followed it once, but not every single detail. But I do know that if I'm remembering correctly, that Megan, Jeremy, I don't know if Jeremy, but Megan, Tug, and especially Larry. Angel, bring it here. Pushed his channel and got him the views and got him the oh no, now I am going, oh no, sorry guys, my YouTube is hey guys, I am back. My Chrome crashed. So, there we go. Sorry, my Chrome absolutely like started freaking out on me. So, can y'all, am I back? I don't know what happened. It started like flashing and then like left. So I heard that this was happening to people over the weekend. I don't know if it's happened to anybody today, but it definitely was happening. It happened to Cody Friday night or Saturday night, because I was watching his replay and all of a sudden he was like, oh my God. So I never sub because people only say so or people say so only when I enjoy the channel. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. I have to reopen YouTube Studio because that was weird. That's only happened twice in my entire 2 years of streaming where that has actually like, it's almost like the whole screen starts flashing. It's like, whoa, that's so weird. The good news is I downloaded those two things, those two documents. However, now I need to log back into Pacer. Google has been having issues. Well, that explains the Chrome and the YouTube, because obviously Chrome and YouTube are owned by the same people. Oh, the internet is being hacked on a new level. Hey, the floofy cat. I love your name, by the way. Oh, the Bone Faker was all pro JH and against Elemental P in the early days. He's the reason Tug and Megan don't promote channels anymore. He's a total hypocrite. Yeah, I get that. My Chrome fell down. My Chrome didn't fall down. Sorry. And like I've always said, like no matter how you feel about this case, I'm even sick of this freaking case on both sides. The 40-day stay really, like, I say 40 days because it was 30 and then a few more days until the judge scheduled that call. However, with that being said, like, it just made me nuts with people still bringing up drama and starting. Yeah, I just got annoyed. No, although somebody did get blocked from my channel. Like I was looking at my like blocked people because I was changing my mods and removing people that just haven't been here in like forever and a day. I looked and there were some people on my like hidden list and I'm like, how did this happen? There was a lot of ranting in the front. It is a lot of ranting. I don't have the Karen Reed stuff up anymore, so if somebody hears that there's a a verdict in the Karen Reed case, can y'all just let me know? And we will head over there to it. But what we did want to share is we did want to share the rest of that document. Marla's response. There we go. Hopefully this doesn't set my Chrome ablaze anymore. Robert, we were just having a conversation about how being a vet doesn't abstain you from being an asshole. Doesn't give you license to be a dick. And just because, and hey Sharon, how are you today? MSI was the one who wanted to deal. MSI, or you mean MLS? And that doesn't surprise me. That really doesn't surprise me. Yeah, MLS. And I actually need to talk to him because the reason that he is blocked from my channel was because of somebody that I no longer talk to because they proved to be worse than MLS, in my opinion. But, yeah. But if you show my DMs, you automatically get a block from this channel and you automatically get yeeted. After reflecting on Mr. Shockett's request to add a gentleman I have only known by Ray Bonecrusher and what is in my mind a frivolous lawsuit, I'm surprised she can spell frivolous. I object to anyone being harassed and bullied through lawfare, especially an elderly man who served his nation with honor and has only ever been a gracious gentleman in my view. Enclosed is my response to Mr. Shockett's email that I sent him the same day I received it. I have two issues with this. One, you don't respond to a motion for, oh, Sharon, you're fine. You're fine. I know what you meant. I had to think about it for a second because I got, I was an asshole before I joined. My service just shaped me into a, how do I put this YouTube friendly? How to be a better asshole and to be more on the ball and be a more targeted asshole. Like, I'm not just an asshole to anybody like I was when I was in high school. I would just be an asshole because just to be an asshole. Now I'm an asshole to a very specific population of people, mostly those who have pissed me off. If you haven't pissed me off for any reason, I try my hardest not to be an asshole. That's what the Navy taught me. Only be an asshole to people those who deserve to be an asshole. But one, this is not something that she needed to respond to. And the fact that not only she responded, but so did Lynette and John. But how do you know that he served his nation with honor? Have you seen his service records? Have you seen his DD-214? Because if you've seen his DD-214, that will tell you if he actually served with honor. Can you tell me what a DD-214 is? This is a DD-214. And that is how you can prove that I have not, and when anybody wants to accuse me of stolen valor, I tell them to go F themselves because I just literally, Kevin, the Air Force taught me the same thing. It's how to, perfected and focused, just like Chris said, perfected and focused. It's how to be it's your discharge, yes. And the thing is the only way that you can get a hold of someone else's DD-214 is if you are a family member or they gave it to you or showed it to you, or you are a family member that has their specific, like I can go to the government and I can get my grandfather's because I have his death certificate. Well, I don't, but my dad does. But I can take they taught you that green is your favorite color crayon too. So, I got an ID tag. Yeah. It's just so when they write this stuff, I break things apart like this in the sense of I break people's red crayon is the best. Okay, red crayon, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Oh, and I never know how to respond to that. Like I just say thank you. I just say I use the U.S. government's free college program. And that is how I graduated from college without any student loans. Being SB taught me how to be a big jerk. It's one of those, like, if you can't, yeah, this objection shows why she's being sued. She isn't objecting for good reason, same as LP and JC. She actually doesn't need to respond unless she knows she isn't gonna. And that's the thing, like, he's not being added. He's not being added. He's already added. It's just changing him from his YouTube name to his government name. Ranky's Carnage Crew. How are you? You can say the only way to get a DD-214 is to be a family member, except I tried to get my grandpa's for almost a year, not to mention $300 and FOIA Act requests, and still could not. That is interesting. Okay, correction. You should. You've got me there. You should be able to get it. Yeah, it's a pain in the. Yeah, that is true, and that's the kicker. I have and anybody who served in the last, I want to say 30 years maybe, because I don't know when they actually started it. The TA, it's like the military's 401k. So I have money in that somewhere, a few $1,000s that I had put in there when I have no idea how to access that. So you getting that DD-214 is almost the same as me trying to figure out how to get my money out of my TSP. Their TSP from the government. I got nothing. Yeah, I know I'm from the UK, but this is not a way to uneducated person respond to a magistrate. You don't have to be from the UK, or you don't have to be from the US to know that there's just certain ways that you talk to people or don't talk to people. And like, I know that, like, I can be a redneck sometimes, but like, yeah, and John and Lynette did a response like this too. And before I bring it up, I just have to redact it. And I'm only going to bring up one because they're both pretty much the same. I just have to redact because I do not want to get my I don't want to get my stuff yeeted for cyber harassment, because I don't know when it actually started. It's called the TSP. I know it was available in 2004, so 21 years ago, and I know it was available before that. I just don't know when. So I say 25 years maybe. I don't know. I can't give you an accurate answer. I just know it was available in 2004 when I personally was in, because I look young, and I look young. However, I am almost 40 years old, and I was in 2004. So, yeah. It seems like it's not all that long ago, but it's 20 years. Yeah, accused of doxing. And my thing is am I personally, like, do I like these people? Not particularly. However, I will be, it's one of those things my mom taught me, to treat people how you want to be treated. And these people personally did not do anything to me. That's why I call them Lynette and John. I don't call them any nicknames. The only people that I call nicknames or names, thunder cows or anything like that, are people who personally have attacked me, talked about me negatively, or called me names. That's why the thunder cows and Bubbles or Beelzebubbles or Bird Brain or Bubble Brain or whatever he wants to be known by gets a nickname, because those are the people who went personally attacked me. So if you have personally attacked me, I will give you a nickname, because that is how, but I do not want these people to go after me. Not in the sense of like, I will call you by your name until you give me a reason not to. It's treat people how you want to be treated. Those people went after me first, therefore I call them whatever name I feel like fucking calling them that particular day, because they attacked me first. And now it's just my thing to get under their skin anytime I choose. However, yeah. Oh, Mom, you're fine. So, but here, yes, Paul, she sent this into court. But look what she did that her own lawyer, when she had one, did not do. So, look what she did. I'm 74 years old, disabled, open heart surgery. I used to work with open heart surgery patients. So, two artificial knees. Sometimes artificial knees are better than the sometimes the artificial knees are better than the real knees. Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, she sent worse when Thomas is on the bench. Here's the thing, though. Look what she did that her own freaking lawyer couldn't do. Gainesville Division. Her own lawyer, when she had one, couldn't be that respectful. Yeah, she didn't do too bad. No, your comments aren't hidden. I see you. Oh, yep. Sharon, Bionic Woman. Bionic Woman confirmed. Okay, my mom taught me the same thing. Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things that it's like personally, and that's why I don't talk negatively about certain people, even though I don't particularly like them and I have issues with certain people. It's until they publicly talk shit about me, which certain people have, and you're lucky I'm biting my fucking tongue, because I have a lot of shit to say. But they have not spoken about me publicly, so I am not either, because there is a level of respect that I still have for people. Barely, but I do. Looks like it was written by the Zodiac Killer. Oh, they recently, or in the last couple of years, cracked one of those codes, by the way. This is in response to the judge's order about document 63. The judge did not put an order about 63. If I can look at the, if I can log back onto my Pacer. Where would I like to go? Case lookup. I have these cases saved. So, saved items. It keeps me from having to go and search every time. And it saves me money. Squid, you're silly because you're looking at federal too. Docket report. Document 63 to 100 because I don't remember what they're at. So the only thing I will show you the docket for Pacer. Yeah, and that right there is the $1 million thing. It's not really a thing. These are all responses that aren't necessary and are just wasting resources. And these are frivolous responses. But so she says, this response is the judge's order about document 63. The judge doesn't have an order about 63 except for the judge says on 6/11, order re-63 motion to amend. That defendants Lee, Preston, Cook, and Hughes, if they oppose the requested relief assent, must respond to plaintiff's motion to amend on or before June 16th. Yeah, but this is not... If you... Maybe they took this the wrong way that I'm taking this. But my interpretation of the judge's motion is if you're going to respond to the motion to amend as far as not the change in name, but the actual motion to... Yeah. He wanted to change his name from John. He was already part of the case. They don't have two brain cells between. And that's my... But see, now... Okay. Yeah. Okay, so they responded. But they still haven't responded to the actual motion. I mean, the actual... He should, if you have a valid reason, then respond by date. Yeah, it's... They had... Hey, I have my favorites. Isn't that meant to be a legality of... And that would be my thing. Like, they're not adding him to it. They're changing his name. And I think that's where I have the problem with their motions. Because they're writing their responses like they're adding him to the lawsuit. And it's like, no, they're not. And maybe that's where my brain is different than... Because look at what Lynette says. Jeremy's post today had Lynette and John as Muppets. Oh my goodness. I just, like, maybe... I think this response might be more about his name is not Ray than it's just not Ray. But see, they didn't say that his name's not Ray Bonebreak or whatever. It says, I, Lynette, oppose adding Raymond Bonebreak Jr. because he's already added. You're just changing his name. So their responses don't even make sense. What she should have said is, if I oppose to adding Raymond Bonebreak because Ray Bone Crush, that is not Ray Bone Crusher's real name, or I do not believe that is Raymond Bone Crusher's real name. That is what that should have been. But not, he's an elderly veteran who I personally don't know and have never spoken to. This person, Peron, I'm assuming that's supposed to be person. He is a person who has a small channel on YouTube, which is bigger than the Fleas channel, by the way. I mean, if you want to be that, it's bigger than my channel. That has done some reports, some. That's a very interesting qualification right there. Disputing lies told in his opinion. There's a difference between presenting something in his opinion and presenting something as fact. Yeah, the only thing they should have responded was if Bone Crusher was not Bone Break. And if Bone Break is Bone Crusher, then you can't respond to that. You can respond to giving Jeremy time to amend the motion or to amend the complaint. Because you can amend the James, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you can amend. Can you amend the name without amending the full complaint? Or do you have to amend the full complaint? But usually that's what I like, Cynthia. You know I like psychology and what makes people tick. But I'm struggling here. No, the judge is looking for that type of answer. Angel. You see the neighbors playing outside? Yeah. Yeah. I believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe so. It's just, it's an amendment updating information. Angel, we do this all the time. She'll be like, mama, 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 and I respond to her in whatever inflection she responds to me. It's just funny to me because, yeah. And then document 69, I have to see if I actually downloaded this one before I pay for it again, because these documents get expensive. I did not download it yet. Okay. Didn't Leslie add a takeaway correct names without anyone's permission? I mean, technically, you don't need anybody's. Well, she can request to remove people's names. She just said she talked to people that she didn't talk to, as far as I'm aware. Squid, your psychology brain is working overtime. No way to figure out stupid. Yeah, and that's where I'm like, I kind of want to go back and get a degree in psychology. Because if I were to go back and go to school again and get a bachelor's degree, I am one class, 3 credits away from a degree or a minor in psychology. So I have about 8 psychology classes under my belt that I had to take that were mandatory for occupational therapy. And it's like I one class away from a minor in psychology. It's just yeah, and I'm just kind of like that. I'm so over that one because that one's just too stupid to keep up with. I was laughing at Leslie, and then I hit this point where I'm just like, all these people are dumb, and I can't keep up with this stupid. Like, Fed 2 bunch is claiming same thing. Plan to add to that crap already. Yeah, it's there's just so much to like. You just can't. But I have to download motion 69. This better be a funny one. Okay, we're gonna download this one, and I'll just read this one straight off the 25. And I'm making sure I download this again because these documents do add up. 10 cents a page, but when you have things that are hundreds of pages long, they get testy fast. Number 69. Unopposed. Motion for extension of time. And I also have to save it in a way that I'm going to remember what it is. Like, otherwise, if you save certain things, you go back and look, and you're like, I don't know what I saved. Like, I have my degree in psychology with thematic major in sociology, early childhood development, counseling, and they still make no sense to me. I have a associate's in occupational therapy assistant, but I was going back to school to get my bachelor's in occupational studies so I could get my master's in occupational therapy. Because in occupational therapy and physical therapy, you either need a associate's or a master's / doctorate. You can't do anything with a bachelor's. Even if you get a bachelor's and you want to be, if you get a bachelor's in biomechanical sciences or biomechanics or kinesiology and you want to be a PTA, you have to go back and get an associate's. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't, but that's why I went and got an associate's, because I was starting my kinesiology degree and I'm like, shit's not working. Like, shit. And you get a kinesiology degree and you literally can't do shit with a kinesiology degree. You need either a doctorate or an associate's. And it's like, it makes no sense. You can't even get a bachelor's and take the PTA or OTA test. You have to go back and get an associate's. Makes absolutely no sense. But I was going to go back and get my stuff or get my bachelor's, and I made it almost all the way, except for, life took over and then I moved. So, it's yeah, I'm just kind of getting sick of the whole thing, because I realized that 40 days made me realize that even when this case is over, this case is never going to end. I'm interested in this case because I'm really interested in how, because right now the judiciary doesn't seem to take online threats, and the cops don't either. They go, oh, it's only YouTube. Oh, it's only YouTube. Oh, it's the internet. The judicial system and our justice system as a whole does not take online threats seriously. So by this case, I was really hoping for something to change. But I was talking to someone prior to starting this stream because I needed to vent. And I was venting to them. And I was like, you know what? This case is never going to end. And the ridiculousness on both sides of this case is going to cause them never to take us seriously. And when people have issues, taking those issues seriously, like the threats that Shara has received, getting the cops to take those threats that she has received seriously, because they're online threats. Yes, judicial or Congress and state legislatures have passed laws to combat cyberbullying and cyber harassment, but the cops and judges don't take that shit seriously because they go, oh, it's just YouTube. No, this might be just YouTube to you, but this is real life to me. This is real life to Jeremy. Sometimes I wish he would stop talking about this and maybe some of the drama would kind of like die down, because he's giving people that don't like him verbal ammunition to go after him. Potentially. But when you're defending your business, at a certain point, you have to defend your business. And when your business is online, and your reputation is your reputation is how you make money, I get why he's upset and I get why he's doing what he's doing. But I just realized that none of this shit is going to go away ever. And it's kind of like, you hit a point where it's like, F this. Like, we just saw a YouTuber and spouse unalived in Vegas over a YouTube feud. That right there. And it's like, it's just one of those situations where it's like, and somebody had said to me, and I like this person, but I had to disagree with this person, that I was talking to them and they had responded to when I had said that yeah, the haters will never leave people alone. And in a way, I agree with them, but in a way, the other side doesn't stop either. It's both, neither side is completely innocent. And it's a, you know, it's just you see, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, and then I have people that hate me because I say Jeremy and I aren't friends. Jeremy and I aren't friends. I have nothing against Jeremy. It's not that I don't like Jeremy, but like friends talk. I don't talk to Jeremy. Jeremy and I have not spoken since he was on my channel for 3 minutes back in December or January or whatever. He was on my channel for 3 minutes or 5 minutes for 3 questions. Like, that's the most that Jeremy and I interact. I don't consider that friends. Do I have anything against the man? No. But like, people are online like, oh, she shouldn't be talking about this case because she doesn't even like Jeremy. It's like, no, I never said that, but thanks for putting words in my mouth. Just because I say Jeremy and I aren't friends. I use the example of the lady at the grocery store. I've seen this lady, the same cashier at the same grocery store for like 4 years now. Do I like her? Yeah. Is she a sweet lady? Yeah. Do I ask how her family's doing every time I see her? Yeah. Does she say hi to baby Squid every time she sees her? Yeah. Do we go out on a Friday night for a glass of wine? No. No. Oh, yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But, like, I agree with this comment. Sometimes you just need to stop talking about things and let it play out in court. And it's like, yes, and that's the problem, too, because they love getting under his skin, and they purposely try. And it's this back and forth bitch fest. And people on both sides, because we and followed Jeremy for a long time. Like, I have no opinion either way. Like, didn't know who he was until he went on Megan's. Have no opinion about the guy. I watch if it pops up on my screen, searching for it, but that's easy. I don't go searching for many people's content. If it doesn't pop up on my screen, I very rarely go searching for it. And because Baby Squid has screwed up my YouTube algorithm, I don't see many things that aren't Sprunky and Coco Melon and things like that. So you can call me lazy. It's okay. I'm okay with that because it's kind of, but it's like, and that's the thing too. How many times can you poke a bear before it bites back? But at what point do you kind of have to be an adult and just say, screw these people, they're not worth my time and effort? Let it play out in court. You have court documents against him or against them. You have situations. Like, just let it play out in court. And sometimes the less you talk and the less sometimes it's opposite. I know he likes to talk and get under their skin, but sometimes the less you talk about people and the less you show them that they get under your skin and the less they matter, the more that you bug them. And that's kind of funny too. People that hate me, and it's like the less I give 2 shits about them, the more I get under their skin, which is hilarious to me. And it's my way of getting under their skin because I know I don't even have to think about them. And I live rent free in their damn heads. Like the fleas. Sometimes, not so much anymore, but I used to live in their damn heads. And the less I talked about them, the more I got under their skin, which was fucking hilarious. Because I would just go about my business and talk about what I wanted to do and what I wanted to say. And I went about my life like any other day, pissed them off. living his life, living his, and you can let the courts handle it and be like their skin by just like, because I like yeah, and I understand giving updates, completely like updates, you know? You give them an update every once in a while. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. If everybody's on Jeremy's payroll, I would really like my check. That's one thing I haven't figured out. Like, how do people get on Jeremy's payroll? Because that sounds like a cushy gig. I'm just saying. 30 years in nursing, just a bit of psych. Was surprised at how much psych is used in DU and EU. Some people need a swift kick in the pants. Polymers. I was told by one of my I was told by one of my professors that you can take the psych, you can take the phys rehab out of psych, but you can't take the psych out of phys rehab. So, like, it's just one of those situations. Yeah, they're playing the court of public opinion, and that's unfortunate because even if you hated it, hey, Jeremy, you still cover it fairly. And the thing is I cover the documents, and the reason why I cover the documents is because this is what the judge sees. And if the judge sees ridiculousness and shit, and if the judge sees absolute bullshit, the judge is not going to take this seriously. And reading through the judge's ethical shit stuff, and I failed to make that video like I planned because life took over. But I wanted to, oh, John, YouTube has been acting crazy. Try refreshing. I had to refresh my own stream because YouTube and Chrome went absolutely apeshit. And there's us out here addicted to the crazy drama, and there's that too. It's one of those touchy situations. But I'm just like, I just hate, like, I hate drama. I hate even other people's drama. Like, I get secondhand embarrassment for people, and I guess that's, you know what I mean? Like, I get secondhand embarrassment for people, and I just, oh, let me refresh my screen. So hold on. Let me add back to my, there we go. I added myself back to, there we go. I do enjoy talking to chat too. It's just one of those, like, I refreshed myself. Hopefully it's better. Well, docs do lie. That's the problem. Because people write those docs, and as much as you're supposed to be under the penalty of perjury. My lag is bad. I refreshed. That's all I can kind of do. We will see about if we can get these yeah, did find some amazing people in spite of the drama. It's just always get secondhand embarrassment. Even in movies, like, I have a hard time with that because I get secondhand embarrassment way too easy. All right, so last thing we will look at, I do have something on the federal 1 case, but we will look at that tomorrow because my voice is starting to get, I can tell when my voice is starting to get harder to talk. Oh. All right, this is plaintiff's unopposed motion for an extension of time to respond to defendant Matskin's motion to dismiss the amended complaint. Plaintiff Elephant Shoe and Ohio LLC doing business as What the Hales and Jeremy Hales collectively the plaintiffs, by and through undersigned counsel, pursuant to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 6B1A, hereby file their unopposed motion for an extension of time to respond to defendant Matskin's motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint, document 55, and request 15 days, whereby plaintiff would have until July 1st, 2025, and to respond. In support of this motion, plaintiff state April 20th, Matskin's motion for an extension of time to respond to the complaint was granted. On May 17th, Matskin filed a second motion for an extension of time, document 40. May 19th, an order granting Matskin's second motion for an extension of time to respond to the complaint was entered. You're getting tired, Squid. Your time off has worked wonders. Well, I can tell when my, on June 2nd. Oh, and I do have more sound panels and better ones coming now that I've been here for a while and I know what's going to work and what doesn't. I do have some panels that should be delivered tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow night, so I will be putting them up Wednesday after I get home from walking with a friend of mine. We do a 4-mile walk in the morning, and I will be putting them up on that wall and on this wall. So my sound should be better because right now I'm still in, lots of hard surfaces, and even though I have carpet in here, it's still, I know my sound could be better. Like they say, cussing is a great pain reliever. I cuss a lot now. Yeah. On June 2nd, 25, Matskin filed a motion to dismiss the amended complaint, document 55. Plaintiff's response is currently due June 16th. Plaintiffs respectfully request a 15-day extension of time to respond to Matskin's motion to dismiss up through and including July 1st. Enlargements of time are permitted with good cause by Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 6B. Such enlargements of time should be liberally granted absent a showing of bad faith and undue prejudice. See Lizarazo v. Miami-Dade Corrections and Rehab Department, 11th Circuit, 2017. Citing U.S. v. Miller Brothers Construction Company, 10th Circuit, 1974. The extension of time is necessary as plaintiffs are still in the process of reviewing and investigating the arguments asserted in Matskin's motion to dismiss. Counsel also requests this extension due to the undersigned's upcoming 3-day July 7th jury trial to be held in Levy County, Florida. In this case alone, counsel is managing 2 concurrent motions to dismiss. Based on the foregoing, pursuant to Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 6B1A, plaintiffs have demonstrated a good cause to extend time to respond to Matskin's motion to dismiss. Moreover, no party will be prejudiced by the relief requested in this motion, and the motion to file is not for the purpose of delay. Plaintiff's counsel confirmed with Matskin's attorney with respect to the relief sought in this motion. Matskin's attorney agreed to the extension up into including July 1st. Oh, look, when you work with a lawyer who actually will work with you. Like, I don't know how good of a lawyer Cameron Atkinson is, or if he's a good person. However, at least he is willing to work and compromise on some things, probably to the detriment of Bruce. Bruce is probably not happy with the fact that his lawyer is cooperating. Oh, Stanley Fry, I'm a vet, and I will be the first person to say I can be an a-hole. Yeah, me too. Me too. As you've noticed. Wherefore, plaintiffs respectfully request the court to enter an order granting the extension of time for plaintiffs to respond to Matskin's motion to dismiss up to and including July 1st of 2025. Good faith certification pursuant to Local Rule 7.1b. Sorry about that. I hereby certify that the undersigned counsel for plaintiffs conferred with Matskin's attorney regarding the relief requested herein. He does not oppose the requested extension of time until July 1st to respond to Matskin's motion to dismiss. Hey, look at that. Respectfully requested. All right. And on that note, it's about an hour and a half. That's about what I'm that's about what I'm getting to. Yeah, we're yeah. Yep, Tammy, good folks here at Try Drama Between Me Squid over. Oh yes, that backfired. Just Grandma will defend his Squid 6 and will defend sweet little baby Squid till the end. Appreciate that. And it should be about the same time tomorrow. About 1:30. I'm probably gonna go to the gym tomorrow, depending on what the workout is. But because it's supposed to be in the mid-90s and CrossFit gyms really don't have air conditioning, it's still a toss-up of whether I'm going to go, because it's one thing for me to put up with the heat of mid-90s and no air conditioning. However, a cooling towel and water are with a little. So I might try to go at like 8:30 in the morning. We will see how that actually works, if it actually works. But depending on that, it should be like 1:30, maybe 2 at the latest, because I have to work tomorrow. So yeah, at least works in sort of air conditioning. Although they keep their air conditioning at like 78, 79 degrees when they're not there, which is like, holy shit, it's still hot. Oh, and I thank you guys. I can't believe her Bubbles was today. Yeah. Yeah. And I got thoughts about the Karen Reed case. Yeah, I got thoughts. Hopefully after the jury is deliberated and comes back with a verdict, we will, I have some articles that I read, and one of the articles that I wanted to go over on a stream, I just decided not to stream all weekend because I was having just some really relaxing family time. I did take a screenshot of it though, and I sent it to someone. Like, did you actually see this? Like, do you see this crap? This was an article that was on Fox News's website, and this was somebody that they were interviewing, and they said this is what they said about Brennan. Quote, "I cannot identify a better trial lawyer I have personally observed in 40 plus years at the Massachusetts bar," unquote, he said of the special prosecutor. If Lally, Brennan, and Bubbles are the best Massachusetts has, y'all got some serious freaking work to do at the Massachusetts bar. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. See, and this is where I'm torn, because I want to have faith in Judge Belaytho, because I believe he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, especially with I believe he's stuck between a rock and a hard place with certain things, especially with the sanctions, because he sanctions Bubbles in one case, but Bubbles is a defendant in the other case. So if he sanctions him too much, Bubbles' lawyer in the other case could be like, see, he's prejudiced against my client. So there's that tightrope he's walking too. But there's also this, remember, judges and their ethics, because of their ethical considerations, they don't have social media. And this is one of the things that I want to address in the stream, where I talk about cyberbullying, cyber harassment, and the judiciary taking those things seriously. Because they don't have social media, because of their ethical concerns, because social media could be, say somebody friends them on Facebook and then that person ends up being a party in a lawsuit. See the ethical issues there? So they just don't have Facebook, so that never becomes an ethical concern. Well, when you don't have social media, you don't see the effect that social media has in people's lives, such as YouTube creators and people who watch YouTube live streams every day. And you aren't privileged to that part of the world, so you don't see what happens. And it's this very interesting, as I've been reading some articles on these things, it's this very interesting, it's this, there's no winning for anybody, because how do you get someone to take social media issues seriously when they aren't on social media? It's this odd, it's this odd situation that it's hard to describe, and it's hard to put into words, in the sense of like, if you don't, like, because before my dad started coming in my live streams, he didn't understand this whole social media realm and these live streams and how people work and how, you interact with the chat and people form little communities online. Because my dad is not a social media guy. My dad doesn't have a Facebook. My dad doesn't have an Instagram. My dad doesn't have a Twitter. My dad is not a social media person. So like, seeing that my dad joined YouTube and actually started subscribing to people and participating in my chat and others, he's starting to see this side of YouTube. But if you don't have YouTube because of an ethical issue, it's a weird, and how do you get, and YouTube works? It's this weird, it's this odd, like, because most judges don't have social media because of their ethical concerns with having a social media. But in the same sense, how do you understand social media if you don't have it? And this is also a good point. We want everything now, but courts do not work that way. Things take dear sweet time. And we also forget that this is not this judge's only case. I happen to know another case that this judge is covering, specifically because Lips' husband is a lawyer that was on a case in front of Judge Belatho, and that case is not resolved yet. So yeah, I still have to look more into that case. I have not had the time. And I think and no judge wants to be known as the judge that gives out sanctions. So I also think by expecting adults to be adults, he also, too little too late kind of a situation. There's a, it's a weird conundrum. And I don't think there's no answer that's going to make everybody happy. And that's the problem, is because everybody thinks, not everybody, but you think everybody wants to be happy and everybody's pissed off when they're not happy. You're not going to make everybody happy. Nobody's ever going to make everybody happy. You make a decision and you're going to piss off 50% of your audience no matter what you do. Like, I have people that got mad at me, or not mad at me, but were upset because I'm not covering certain cases. It's like, I don't have the time or energy. I have people that got mad at me because I don't watch every one of Jeremy's videos and I'm not covering the case as the same as like a Megan or a Tug or other people who watch all of Jeremy's stuff and comment on his videos. I'm commenting on what the judge sees because I'm hoping that cases like this will get the judiciary to start taking online harassment issues more seriously. But when there's more offline drama or more outside of court drama than in court drama, and the judge sees it, does that really get the judge to take YouTube creators and online harassment issues seriously if all that the judge sees is this bickering back and forth and this bull? It's just one of those, like, oh yeah, TV shows like Law and Order have made unrealistic expectations. Cases don't go from crime, investigation, arrest, and verdict in 1 hour. Yeah. And even people in the Karen Reed case are like, why is the jury taking so long? Do you not know all the jury forms that they have to fill out? All the evidence that they have to go through. And if a jury takes their job seriously, they're going to go through all the evidence so that they can ensure that if someone asks them, did you go through this? They can be like, yeah, I did. All those text messages from Proctor that didn't get shared, that didn't get seen in court, the jury has all of them, and damn be sure they're going to read through all of that shit. I think AJ said in Alan Jackson, not alternate juror. I love her, but this is the lawyer we're talking about. He said it was Exhibit 209. He told the jury what exhibit it was. Like, it's one of those, you know, Squid, you're a mom and have a life outside of YouTube too. It's easier to forget that. You have a lot on too. Yeah, and some of my friends are teachers. And my mom even works at a school. So a lot of my friends are out of school for the summer. So I get to see a lot of my friends that I normally don't get to see during the school year because they also have kids and in sports and all this. And they're busy, and I can read your mind, and it's really jumbled. Yeah, there's a lot in there, and it's a scary place. There's a lot of cobwebs too. So I'm getting to spend a lot of time with my in real life friends that I normally don't get to spend during the school year because they have kids that are in school. Like I have friends that are in all different. Their kids are in all different phases of life. Like I have friends with kids who are toddlers. I have friends with kids who are in middle school and high school. And then I have like friends with kids who are in middle and elementary school. So I'm getting to see my friends who I haven't seen in a long time. So, hey, Tammy. Good afternoon. Good. I've not had a lot of time to watch you for a while. I've had to go to multiple medical appointments, finally accrued by workman's comp for heart failure fusion. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah, that case is there's a lot of cases that, you want to see that? Which one? This one? So this one goes here, and then I have that one because I had brain surgery. So, yeah. Belitho gives the judge over him the recommendation. He takes it from there. And remember, there's considerations with the fact that Bubbles is a party on the other case. And Bubbles had filed that motion to have the judge relieved to begin with. So there's also that issue too. So, you know. Yeah, he can give sanctions, however, parties present in person, hence why BBB didn't show in court. Yeah, and also remember, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Monetary sanctions are easy. Here, you screwed up. Here's, $1,000 or $2,000 promotion, blah, blah, blah. Write a check and you're good. Yeah. We need to get Squid signed up for those forensic classes. Gail, I will talk to you separately or in a different chat, in a smaller chat. I am thinking about going back to school for something. University of South Carolina has an online program for something that is related to my YouTube channel, and might help me get a job working partially from home after baby Squid starts school. So there's that. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it or not, but they have an online 6-month class or 6-month course for paralegal. So who knows? I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it or not, but so yeah, everybody needs in real life time. Touching grass is the most important. So listening as I'm making 5 bean salad. Oof. And I need to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. So y'all have a great day. Let's see who is live on YouTube to see if we can redirect y'all to anywhere. Because I am trying to get better at redirecting and sharing the love on the redirects. Customization. Yeah. Ooh. Officer Tatum is live. He's probably got a few $1,000 or a few thousand watchers, so he's not going to even know. Yeah, everyone go take off your shoes and go touch grass. So Karen Reed verdict watch with Mo, with little PD River trial, which is the South Carolina, I believe is the South Carolina deputy coroner case. I don't know. I think. Yeah, and I'm so glad that I'm unemployed and can watch videos all day. Mama Squid, don't forget to hit that like button and show Squid some love. Yeah, we have 185 likes and 2 dislikes, but that's okay because y'all help me with the algorithm, and I think I know who those 2 dislikes are. You'll go back to Melanie's. She didn't pop up on my. My page when you go to redirect. Some people pop up and some people don't. So, but y'all have a great day. I will see you guys on the next one tomorrow, same time. Yeah, I don't play well with others. Me neither. Me neither. Which is why I stream by myself a lot of the time, because I don't play well with others. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all. You want to say bye? Nope, she doesn't want to say bye. Sorry, guys.